are just knocking out all these videos back to back to back to back to back, just killing videos. Here I go, let's get started. I'm not gonna sit much time talking about this workout until the workout's actually playing, because then it's just a waste of my time. We're going. All right, so we are 5 seconds into this workout. We are doing a really simple workout. A very simple workout, but to be honest, sometimes the most simplest of workouts can be the most devastating and the worst ones ever. Like the one we did a few days ago or last week was the 800 meter run, 75 thrusters at 95 pounds, and an 800 meter run. The runs were both on an air assault runner. Simple, right? Like you're running and you're doing thrusters. Like it should be very easy. But man, oh man, it really comes down to if you want to push yourself and how far you're willing to go on these simple workouts that become the most devastating part. So, what is this actual workout? We are doing for time with a 15-minute time cap, which is pretty aggressive. We are doing 100 box step overs with 50 pounds or 35 pounds for Olivia, and she's doing 20 inches. I'm doing 24 inches. So 100 box step overs for time, and then 100 burpee box jump overs. To clarify, let me back up and say she's actually doing 75 box step overs with 35s at 20-inch box, and then 75 burpee box jump overs. She's doing 75 and 75, which was a pretty solid number. When we actually get near the end of this workout, actually near the end of the box step overs, you're gonna see that she beats me off the box step overs by a little bit. And so, yeah, it was a pretty good number. I thought keeping her close by. It's no fun if you do a workout, you make her do 100 and 100, and, you know, she can't keep up. You just leave her behind. It's fun when we're all at the same pace. Sorry, I have something in my throat. I don't know why. So, anyways, 100 and 100, or 75 and 75 for Olivia. Again, Olivia has not been able to compete in the Open just yet. Her first Open will be this October, so that's going to be really exciting to see how she does. Yeah, we're excited for that. So, who do you think is going to win this workout? Me or her? Probably her, but I gave my best shot. So, going into this workout with 100 and 100, I came up with a 15-minute time cap because I thought I timed out some box step overs and timed out some burpee box jump overs, and thought, okay, if I do about 15 every minute, so 15 burpees and 15 box step overs, that puts me around 7 minutes for each movement. So 7 minutes to do box step overs and 7 minutes to do burpees. So I thought, okay, I'll add in an extra minute of leeway time. You know, that's rest time. That's just, you know, me moving my dumbbells out of the way. That's me chalking up possibly for the dumbbells, you know, whatever the case may be. And so that's why I made 15. I said it's probably gonna take me around 7 minutes to do box step overs, and it probably is gonna take me about 7 minutes to do burpee box jump overs, and therefore that's 14. So let me add an extra minute just to play safe and make sure I could possibly finish. Going into this, I think I started with a set of 30, I believe, and you got the count because I don't have someone counting for me. It's just me. I believe I did 30, then 25, then 20. Then 15, then 10, which I believe gets me to 100 total. So that was my game plan going into this. So I believe I already finished my set of 30 and my set of 25. So I'm actually, at this point, already halfway. I'm more than halfway. I'm at 55. And I believe I actually do finish at 7 minutes on the clock. But then, come to find out, 100 burpee box jump overs at the end of this step over really kicked me in the teeth. To be honest, I actually, on the burpee box jump overs, it became more prevalent, but I actually, what do you call it? I lost a bunch of skin in the back of my heel. Like I got a huge, loss of skin because stepping over is kind of the same movement, and then I'm jumping over, and so it just kept rubbing the same spot on my left-hand side, and, so burpee box jumpers were not fun for the jumping part because it kept just rubbing me raw. So I have a Band-Aid in my foot right now. Hey. So anyways, yeah. So 175 for Liv. I think she said she did a set of 12 to start off, and then she did sets of 7 or 8. I don't remember how she actually said she did her count. She thought she might do 5s, but I think she decided against that. and instead focused on doing bigger sets because it was faster. I mean, to be honest, like box step overs are quite a bit faster than the burpee box jump overs, so take advantage of it because you're going to need that extra time near the end. So yeah, I have 2 minutes left, so I should probably be done in 2 minutes. And I believe I would probably right now be starting my set of 15, I think. 15 and 10. And this is just, you might ask yourself, what's your strategy when it comes to box step overs? Again, these are 50s, so they're not super heavy as 70s. But I lead with the same leg. That may not be a good thing, but the thing is, like, I feel really comfortable doing that. And I didn't feel like my right leg or my right leg there gave out. And so I just kept going right leg because I keep spinning the same direction. And it's also because I use that dumbbell, that right-handed dumbbell, to kind of force myself to turn. And then that's also, when I turn and it's in front, it's also my lead foot that goes forward on the box. So that's just how I do them. That's my personal preference. There are a lot of different ways to do box step overs. You'll see a lot of different ways of doing them. That's just the way I do them. So Liv's already done. She did her 75 in about 6 minutes. So that puts her, I think I told her that if she wanted to get done in 7 minutes, she had to do about 11 or 12 a minute. And so she was able to hold something faster than 11 or 12 a minute. She probably held more like 12 or 13 a minute. And that's why she got done in 6 minutes. I believe by the time I got to the box, she was already 11 ahead of me, 10 or 11 ahead of me, according to her at least. And she's 10 or 11 ahead of me, plus the fact that she's doing 25 less box jump overs. There was just absolutely no way I was going to catch her unless she just like ate it on the box or completely just burned out. And to be honest, I tried to keep up with a pretty fast pace in the beginning, and it didn't last very long, which we're going to see happen. So, all right, so it took me about 7 minutes. I was pretty much on par for that, 15 a minute, even though I started out with 30. I held about 15 a minute. And so now we are getting on to the burpee box jump overs, which are gonna start to kick me in the teeth, to be honest. You're about to see me struggle bus city. I don't recommend what I'm doing here where I'm dragging that back foot. I don't know, I only do that when I'm really, really tired because I'm just too lazy to pick it up and I'm trying to stay at my hip flexors. But I don't recommend it. It's not very fast. That's obviously much faster. And so I believe how I broke it up was I did 25 and then I stopped and looked at the clock because during this whole time while I'm counting, I'm trying to do math in my head and say, okay, I've got 8 minutes, right? I finished at 7, I'm going to 15. I've got 8 minutes to do 100 burpee box jump overs. So at 25, that's a fourth of my time, right? Or a fourth of my reps, therefore a fourth of my time is 2 minutes. And so you'll actually, I think, see me finish 25, look at the clock, rest a little bit, and start for my next portion, which I believe I go from 25 and I go to 60, only because I'm trying just to get as big of a chunk as I can, and trying to limit the amount of, trying to at least finish the 15 minutes. When I first got done, I thought, oh, I got 8 minutes to do 100 burpee box jump overs. That should be really easy to do. And it wasn't. I was really exhausted. My heels started to hurt. I'm being a weenie. I'm tired. I just did 100 box jump overs, so my quads are just lit. And it's taking everything inside of me not to just clip the box with my feet and fall over and eat it. And I'm looking pretty rough right now. You can tell by the way I spin that I'm just like, ugh, this is so stupid. So I should be nearing my 25, yeah, right there. So that's 25, which I got done in less than 2 minutes, but the problem is you're probably gonna see me rest into my 2 minute portion or into my next segment of time, which I should be starting probably about right now in order to save myself near the end, because you gotta figure like, you can't really compare your first set 25 to your last set 25. I just got done with box step overs, so it's gonna be probably pretty slow. It's gonna take me a little bit of time to flush that lactic acid out of my legs when I'm doing burpee box jump overs. And honestly, by the time you get around near the end where it's like you have 15 or you have 10 left, you start surging a lot more and you have the capability of going faster because you know you're almost done, right? You can't do that in the beginning. Like I'm not gonna go hard my first 15 burpees because I'm just setting myself for failure throughout the rest of the workout. But you can do it near the end. So that was kind of the way I kind of do it. So these are really pathetic burpees, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not super impressed with myself right now. I thought I could probably finish, realistically, I know it was a difficult time cap. I thought maybe, just maybe, I could do it in 14, 30, maybe 14 minutes. But 14 minutes would have been a pretty good time. If I had to go at this again and come at it from a different angle, I probably would have done my box step overs a little bit differently. Instead of large sets and large rests, I probably would have stuck to 10s, right? You do a quick set of 10, you shake it out, you grab the dumbbell, you go back at it for a quick set of 10. That probably would have been a little bit smarter in the long run, because the problem with doing bid sets of 30 and 25 is you tend to take big sets of rest. And so if you take short sets of rest and short breaks like that, then you tend to fare a little bit better. So I honestly have no clue where I'm at right now. I'm pretty sure I got to 60 or somewhere around there. So if you're on the toilet watching and counting my reps like someone usually does, you know what you're doing. So yeah, going back and attacking it differently, I probably would have try to do a little bit faster in the box step overs, not take as much rest. But it's not necessarily like, oh, in order to do better, I need to do bigger sets, like I'll do 50 unbroken, which I can do, but in the end, your arms are completely gone. Now you have to do another set of 50. Like, how are you gonna break that up? Is that gonna be like 5s? And then it's just not good. So you're really towing the line, trying to figure out what you're capable of and setting yourself up for success in the future, right? If I was just doing 100 box step overs for time, it'd be a completely different workout than, oh, now I'm done with box step overs, now I have to drop my dumbbells, now I have to do 100 burpee box jump overs. Like, that's just gonna be rough, right? Because your arms are somewhat smoked from holding onto that dumbbell, and now your arms might be smoked from having to press off the floor. And that's really the hardest part of the burpee, is just pressing off the floor, to be honest, and making sure you don't hit the box when you jump over. So I think right now, I have 3 minutes left, and I have 40 to go. So, according to my first original estimate, if I have 40 burpees left and I think I can average 15 a minute, then therefore I should be pretty fine. But I know right now, as I'm doing this, that I've really wasted my rest. Like, what I've gained, my time, the minute I gained from my box step overs, I've kind of lost it now. Like, if I have to do 40 in 3 minutes, and I can usually do 40, and my goal is to do 45 in 3 minutes because it's 15 a minute, then I know I only have like 5 burpees worth of rest, and that's like 15 to 20 seconds, And so I really have to, at this point I know, like, I've wasted my rest. I can probably rest one time, but it's gotta be pretty dang short. And if I do rest about one time, and it's short, or even if it's a little bit longer, I have to realize that when I come back, I have to go in order to finish this, right? So this is me pretty much knowing that I have to finish this workout. In order to finish it, I can't stop. I think Olivia finished somewhere around 12 minutes. So she still had, 2.5 minutes left of available time to work. So if we had done this again with her, if we had to do this again, I probably would have her either do probably 85 and 85, would probably be a little bit closer. First of all, her 85 box step overs would have probably been the same time as my 100. And then, so here's me resting. So I'm not done yet. And so I know, okay, I think at this point I had 15 left. And so I know I can get done in a minute, but I know I have to go. So slow. Anyways, if Olivia did again, I'd probably have her do 85 and 85. It would have been a lot closer on the box step overs. We'd probably get done probably about the same time. And then the burpees would have been really the true test. Like, we're both pretty similar at burpees in our speed. So it would have been interesting to see if we'd have got through at the same time, could I make up 15 burpees on her? Probably not. I don't think she honestly stopped. I think she went for the whole 75, whereas I had smoked myself in order to try to maybe catch up on the 100. I thought maybe if I could beat her off the 100, then I could have the ability to maybe be here in the burpees, and that did not happen. So I should be finishing my last couple reps. I was able to finish this barely in time. And so if you happen to give this a go, it's worth a good shot. Scaling options, obviously you should be able to do Burpee box jump overs at 24 inches. That shouldn't be an issue. But if you can't jump that high, then you use a shorter box, no big deal, if you're a male. And then of course, scaling options for the box jump overs, 35s. That's a really good scale. And yeah, it's a solid workout. Obviously other scaling options is just doing 75 and 75. And that is how I feel about the workout. A thumbs down. Anyways, appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for watching this video and hanging out with me. We'll talk to you guys later. See ya.